With just 3 matches left in the Premier League, the pressure is huge, and the side bets, bragging rights, and ego clashes have hit epic proportions. The heat is on as 12 of the best fight it out to be Premier League champion. Last time it was thunder in the Premier League that left Phil Hellmuth hanging on the edge of elimination.
Time to say goodbye. Phil, it was great to play with you.
7 times I've been all in. I've had the best hand 5 times. I've left every time. I'm 130,000 ahead up in all the side games and crazy bets, but I can't win a pot.
Left to voice his opinions in the commentary box between a bit of Chinese poker. Juha Helppi saw the promised land, but it was Marcel Lusk who kept the gates closed. Tonight, the heavyweights take to the stage as the top 3 in the league table look to cement their place in the final. And for the Devilfish, he's been swimming in the right direction, but it's still a long way upstream. Well, there's big questions to be answered tonight. After 9 matches, of course, Tony G and Andy Black look nailed on for this final table. They're in action along with De Wolf, who is poised to gather some points and secure his final table ticket. In the playoff zone, of course, these 4 players will be playing at the end of the season heads-up matches for the final 2 table tickets. And between Annie Duke, Alex Kravchenko, it's a chance, perhaps, to look ahead. Top 2 finish by either one of them would solidify their chances of that automatic road in the promotional zone. In the relegation zone, it never gets any easier for the Devilfish. A 9-point win. He hasn't had one yet, though coming hot on the heels of a 2nd and 3rd. He could put himself in position to take this tourney down. This is the 10th league match of the season in this Premier League. And the stakes just keep going up. There's going to be some frayed nerves here. And Devilfish near the bottom.
You talk about nerves not being frayed. How about Tony, Andy, and Roland? I mean, these guys, they're already through. They're already basically in the top 4.
If the Devilfish wins tonight, Phil, I believe you are mathematically eliminated. Any other placing, and you're still in it with a win in your last match. Chips on the table, yellows worth 1,000, blues are 2, reds 5K each. As always, 600K in play, 100,000 per player. Every player here has a slightly different strategy. I'm kind of interested in Annie and Alex because they're kind of in a spot where obviously if they score big, they have a huge chance of getting the automatic qualification. But if they bagel out or just 1 point, there's actually pressure on them in the final match that they might not even make the top 8.
That's exactly right. But on the other side of the table, look at those 3. There's Roland, there's Tony G, and Andy Black. And these guys are in fantastic, sensational shape with all the points in the world. Of course, a disaster for the fish would be a queen, a jack, and a 3 or a 7. Wow, and Annie's flop top set.
It's so big that you might want to check.
Oh, I would have checked it for sure. And this is where the fish is supposed to, he's supposed to be able to lay it down. Kravchenko, wow, he's going to raise it.
Raise to 25,000.
And that is not like Alex at all.
Now he's actually drawing dead here, and Annie, if she, you know, this is where I would slow play a hand because there's a reasonable chance your opponent's drawing dead or has 2 overcards.
She's already been unorthodox, you say, by not checking it, but it's definitely tricked Alex, hasn't it, into thinking that she's weak? Or is this just informational by him, and if she calls, is he done with it?
That's 25.
This is 25, right? It's only 15 more? I thought he raised 25.
Did she get?
Cool.
Okay, now I like the way she's played this hand. I mean, the bet was okay on the flop, and she induced him into a bluff. Now, of course, a 3 is just a disaster. Okay, he's drawing dead. The only way he would have been drawing live, Jesse, is if a 5, a 6, or an ace came, and even then he wouldn't have had many outs.
Kravchenko has not taken his eyes off Duke since he raised.
Kravchenko, here's what he's thinking. Annie might have 8s or 9s or 10s, and he might be able to take it away from her, but he decided to bail on that plan. A 3 would be an absolute disaster for him.
Would be. I wonder if he was done. If he was done after the raise. That looks like a please call me bet, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm. Nice bet. I mean, really nice bet. I love it. And I really like the way Annie played that hand.
I wish she would have played.
It's tough getting money out of the Russian, but Annie Duke done did it.
If you had a 6-5 and we're going to go to war, I wish you would have played. Oh, 6-3. Oh.
You win, you can move away.
How would you have gotten there?
I might have just gambled.
New to the Premier League this year, American Annie Duke is considered one of the top female players in the world. Her biggest result, that Tournament of Champions victory where she throttled Phil Hellmuth head up and a World Series bracelet to boot.
My brother and I didn't come from any money at all. My dad was a school teacher, my mom didn't work. So we were really struggling, and I started playing up in these games really just out of necessity to try to pay my rent while I was trying to figure out where we were going to live and what we were going to do, and sort of trying to figure out how I had gotten from, you know, an Ivy League university to a house that was made of chicken wire and stucco. From the moment that I started winning, I took a lot of abuse. And then, like, you know, a decade later now, all of a sudden, you know, the whole TV thing happened. And now what I hear is people are like, did you know Annie Duke used to play here? This is where she started. I was her best friend.
They slowed you down at all?
Yeah.
Just one bet slow.
Not be out the top.
Cool.
That was thick.
Pass.
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 And I guess it is only first level, but Jesus, is this the first time Roland's stuck chips in the pot?
Yeah.
I mean, he has made a transformation unlike anybody else. Just patient, patient, from, you know, just maniac, and he has made the biggest transformation of anybody in the league.
Like, you know, I know that I've only got the blinds to get by.
Now, Devilfish has flopped an open-ender. Kravchenko's flopped an open-ender.
What would have raised if it had anything to do with that flop?
I mean, obviously these players have all been watching each other, Phil. It seems like Roland, when he limps in the first level, he's nearly always got a small pair.
4,000.
Do you understand what I mean? Eddie was on the button, he would have raised with anything king queenie. So I've only got the blinds to worry about.
Now,
With a bet and call, surely he's done with it.
I mean, he could call 4, but, you know, he could fold 2.
Fold.
What, you fall into deuce 4?
There's 2 of you, so between the 4 cards that you have, you probably beat me.
Oh,
Good thinking.
Wow, what a terrible card for the Devilfish. He's been so unlucky in this league, it's scary. I mean, now he's hit top pair, and of course Kravchenko, who was really in bad shape on the flop, has not only turned a jack, but it's also made Devilfish top pair, and it's the jack of diamonds to give him a flush draw with his made straight.
But, I mean, isn't it sort of halfway in the Devilfish's mind, Phil, that Kravchenko might have flopped 3 10s anyway?
you haven't got a lot left either, have you?
Yeah, but, you know, I mean, Kravchenko's made a straight.
Cost me money, that jack, I guess. Not a bad flop.
Fish was extremely unlucky there.
That's the first pot for Alex. Bring him back
Russian
into
ball.
touch. It's getting tenser by the minute. Every point counts. The league scenarios are driving everyone crazy.
It's the best poker tournament in the world, so people are stressed out. And nobody wants to be relegated, let alone not make the finals.
This is reaching the end of the party, yeah? And some people, you know, they've managed to maybe get a date or have good conversations, you know, or they're enjoying their drink. Some people have drunk too much, you know, and maybe their heads are a bit wrecked.
You know, if I can get out there and get somewhere, at least middling points, you know, like 3-0,
I've got a chance of at least getting in the playoffs. If I can win it, then I've got a